He knew when he got into that car heading to northern Uganda that he will come back in a more able position to take care of his family. A trailer packed with tons of goods sent Robert to a whole different journey. Welcome back from the break. You're still watching Life Stories with me, your host, Justine. Rose is Mr. Ochen's wife. Rose is joining us on the show. She's going to be telling us about the terrible accident that her husband was involved in, the aftermath, and how they survived today. And of course, the amazing fact that Rose stayed, not for 1 year, not for 2 years, not for 3 years, but 7 years, and she's still here and hopeful. Rose, how are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm okay. When you heard that your husband had been involved in an accident, did you think it was going to be as bad as it turned out to be?
No, I didn't think so. When I went and I reached there, I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Doctors could not tell her anything until she got to the hospital. When Rose met the doctors, she received the devastating news that her husband was paralyzed.
His face was divided into pieces and he could speak, though slow, but he could understand. But by that time I didn't understand until the following day when the doctor called me and told me the truth. They couldn't handle his situation and they had to bring him to Mulago. When we reached Mulago, I thought it would be 1 week, 2 weeks, and we'll be out of the hospital. But it didn't. After staying in Mulago for 1 week, he was operated. And we had to stay there 6 months.
Mulago literally became a home for you.
No.
No, I mean literally, because you stay in a hospital for half a year. You have to go there every day.
I was staying there, and by that time I was pregnant. When I got an accident, I was 2 months pregnant, so I had to stay there in the hospital for 6 months with my pregnancy.
Oh my God. And what was going through your mind at that time?
Wow. The most important thing, I do believe in God. I'm a born-again Christian. And I had hope. 1 month, I would hope something new will happen. It went to a year, I'd hope something new will happen. 2 years, still I would have hope. Up to now, I still have hope something will happen to him.
Up to now, you still have hope. Why have you not lost it?
I do believe in God. No, I do believe in God. The book in the Bible that comforts me is the book of Job. When you read the book of Job, Job didn't suffer 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years, no. But at the end, he won the devil. So that one gives me a lot of hope. I know one day at a time, God will do something great in my life and in his life.
Rose managed to go through labor, which she says was miraculously not painful, contrary to the popular belief. Though Rose came back home unsure whether to celebrate her newborn child or worry about the more responsibilities, being a two-in-one mother and father. So all this happened when you're pregnant. So around the time of your birth, what was life? I mean, around the time of your delivery, what was life like? You know.
I'll never get tired of saying this. But I think if I didn't know God by that time, would be the best time for me to give myself to God. My labor was so amazing. I remember it was a Tuesday. I took him to the hospital, and I was already in labor. I went, took him to the hospital, and he didn't know. So I called his daughter Joanne. I told her, Joanne, prepare yourself, you'll take him to the hospital. So they took me to the hospital. My labor didn't last even 1 hour. And I had my baby. It was so short.
Oh, praise God for that.
I remember one of my friends, she's called Catherine. She works in Mlago. She came, I called her, I told her to get for me hot water. And when she got me, she asked me, are you really in labor pain? I told her yes. She said, but you are not like someone is in labor. I told her, but I'm in labor. Shortly when she had just left me, they called and told her I produced a baby. So it was really something I couldn't explain. But what I know all in all, God was with me.
So Rose, how many children do you have?
I have 2 children, Job and Rebecca. Job is the firstborn, and Rebecca is the secondborn. Rebecca, she's still young, she can't understand, but Job understands, and I always tell him, I'm always open with him. I tell him, we have to pray and trust God, and we have to pray for Daddy every day. So Job understands.
Rose is the closest person to understanding what Robert is going through. Rose made a promise not to ever abandon her husband, which promise she fulfilled.
This situation I'm in, it has humbled me. Because I never knew someone can stay in the hospital 1 month, 2 months. But when I stayed 6 months, just when tomorrow you come and tell me, Rose, I'm in the hospital, I'm admitted, I know what it means. I know what you're going through. So the situation basically it has humbled me.
How has your life changed? I mean, your day-to-day living?
I'm so close to God, more than before. I'm so close to God more than before. First, yeah, it's true, those days I was also so close to God, but now I'm so deeper. No matter what comes my way, nothing can shake me. I love the verse in the Bible which says, I can do anything with Christ who gives me the strength. I know it's not an easy situation, but because the Lord, the one I serve, He has given me the grace to move on, and has given me the strength to do whatever I'm doing.
So are the children going to school now?
Yes.
How do you manage to put them to school?
That's why I've told you, God has used many people to come in my situation. Job has done P7. I do believe we will go to senior 1. Rebecca, she has finished her nursery. I do believe she will go in P1.
So do they interact with their father?
Yes, they do, a lot.
So Rose, what has been your biggest challenge?
My biggest challenge, rent. Because I'm still renting, and the way how these days, how our Uganda is, I faced a lot of challenge with rent.
When a tragedy like this happens, we often see it rip marriages apart. Everyone's favorite match can turn into mayhem at the hands of adversity, but for Rose and Robert, it drew them closer. How has this condition affected your relationship with your husband?
I think it has not affected us. We are more close than before. We are more close than before.
Rose, what is your day like? Because you have a sick person who needs so much attention. You have children, you have a home. So how does such a day move?
Wow. My day, my tropical day, how it goes. I have to get up very early in the morning. After getting up, I have, of course, to prepare him and, to make myself busy. Prepare him, clean him, and do everything ready for him. And I move out to look after the home. Yeah. It's not an easy day, but somehow, some way I managed to move on.
So Rose, what has this experience taught you about life?
We shouldn't take life for granted. We shouldn't take life for granted. And we should learn to endure any kind of suffering that comes our way. Because when you tell someone I've been with a patient 7 years down on the road, it's like, what? Are you really serious? It's just like, But we should learn. It has taught me how to love even more. It has even taught me how to care for a needy.
If somebody asks you, Rose, how can I help you or your family or your children? How can they help you? How can we make this easy for you? Because
if I can get someone to help me on rent, that person will really help much. Will really take one of the burdens that I'm carrying on my head.
Okay, Rose. All right. Thank you for talking to us, my dear.
Thank you so much.
Recovery to your husband.
Thank you.
I pray that God continues to help you. This has been a long time. It's almost a lifetime. You've been going through this for a very long time. Thank you for being strong. Thank you for being there for your husband. He's not just your husband, he's your friend. Thank you for not forgetting him. And I appeal to viewers out there. I humbly request you, please come around and help Rose. This is a big burden. She has to pay the bills for her husband's medication. She has to cater for the children, the rent, and everything. It's been 7 years. 7 years are many. It is not easy for her. Please come around and help Rose. We humbly request you, if you have anything to offer Rose, if you have anything to offer this family, call the numbers below or come to NTV Kampala Serena Hotel. The Life Stories crew will help you and direct you on how you can help these people. You know that when it comes to changing their life, anything counts. Life Stories returns shortly after the break.